Steve, I mean, I don't know if there was any real there was some doubt on one, but Emmett Johnson and Dylan Raiola are back. Emmett Johnson briefly entered the transfer or briefly announced his intentions to enter the transfer portal, later announced that he'd be sticking around with Nebraska. And then amid some buzz, some agent back channeling and some noise over the last couple of weeks. Dylan Raiola came out on Monday night and announced that he's all in with Nebraska, sticking with the program. How important is this? Securing Dana Holgerson for the next 2 years, securing Dylan Raiola for the 2025 season, and Emmett Johnson. How big is this for Nebraska's offense moving forward?
Considering how much, like, considering the freak out level outside of the program right now about the portal entrance, I mean, this is absolutely massive to get those two dudes back, and to kind of publicly come out and say that, yeah, we'll be here next year. With Raiola, this is something that like wasn't quite like I expected this to happen is what I'm trying to say. Just anybody, a player of his stature, a player of his kind of talent and his youth and his his ceiling is every offseason it's going to be like this. I think there's always going to be transfer smoke surrounding Dylan Raiola just because of his talent and what he can come into. So a lot of programs are always going to be taking swings with Emmett Johnson. He's a guy who really kind of came into his own in the final 3 games playing in Dana Holgerson's offense. He was not only running the ball, he was catching the ball out of the backfield, showing his receiving skills. That's something that I think Dana Holgerson really liked doing offensively, especially in some of those two back sets with him and Dante Dowdell out there on the same play. So yeah, for the vision of the offense next season, the 2025 season. I mean, to have Dylan Raiola out there and to have Emmett Johnson out there and to have Dante Dowdell out there just to get like the same kind of guys and some continuity going. I mean, that's always going to be good. And I think that makes Dana Holgerson feel pretty good too. So, he's going to have 3 of his guys back there that he knows and he can game plan for next season. So yeah, this is a good first step. Obviously, a lot of work needs to be done through the transfer portal, and that's going to be an ongoing process this month. So, but yeah, just to have those two dudes come out and publicly say that they're good returning is going to help recruiting. It's going to help a lot of other things.
For sure. And with Emmett specifically, that's a guy that, really closed the season on a high note, has an opportunity over the next season to seriously improve his draft stock again. And we can kind of say this now that he's out of the portal, but the initial entry was because of intrigue. There was some, obviously, again, this is happening everywhere. We're not saying it just, but like there's tampering going on everywhere, and there was
Mm-hmm.
SEC interest, there was Big Ten interest. This was a guy that people felt, across the country felt could be like a bona fide do it all back for, in a running back centric offense. And so
Yeah.
Nebraska, now has that opportunity to keep that guy around, and really attack from a balanced offense. If you had asked you and me mid-season how we felt about Nebraska's run game, you and me probably would have said Nebraska needs to go address that in the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the way they play towards the back end of the season, you like the 1-2 punch you get with Emmett Johnson, Dante Dowdell. You throw in Connor Booth in there, coming from the high school ranks. You throw in Jamarian Parker, if he's got the weight ready, from the high school ranks as well.
Yeah.
You have a nice little stable of backs now, and you also have, an Isaiah Mosey that can take some carries out of the backfield. You have,
Mm-hmm.
a
To Corey
versatile offense
Barney.
that's going to find, yep, that's going to
Yeah.
find ways to get the ball into playmakers' hands in creative ways. So I think this is big. Obviously, I mean, again, saying obviously Dylan coming back is huge, and I don't know how much of a doubt there was necessarily. Obviously,
Mm.
like we said, some agent back channeling going on back there, but um, Dylan coming back, I think, also secures your transfer portal, what your ability to do,
Yeah.
able to do in the transfer portal. A lot of guys are interested in the idea of playing with him, interested in, teaming up with him. And so now, we'll see what Nebraska is able to do in the transfer portal. We know they need to get talent. You need to replenish some stuff, some talent at the
Mm.
pass catching positions. You need to improve on the defensive side of the ball. How much does Dylan impact that? Now that he's publicly in the fold.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiolas know a lot of people, and a lot of players want to play with Dylan, like you said. So I think, getting him back in the fold and publicly announcing that he's coming back is absolutely massive for the program, along with signing Dan Holgerson to a 2-year contract. That's pretty big too, just to kind of secure him up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know much what else we can say about this, but it's just a big deal to come out and secure Dylan, secure Emmett Johnson, rush for 523 yards. He also caught a career best 226 receiving yards with a touchdown too. His shake and bake, his elusiveness, whatever you want to call it, towards the end of the season was like elite. It was getting to elite levels. He was making like good Big Ten defenses miss a lot, and that was really impressive to see. Just so just to close your eyes, imagine what Emmett Johnson is going to turn into next season. I mean, it's looking really positive right now if he continues on the trajectory that he's currently on.
No doubt. I'm really interested to see how Dana uses him in the pass game specifically.
Yep.
What type of
Mm-hmm.
what type, like how does he utilize him, in check down situations? Where does he place him?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fascinating.
Yeah,
Kind
Emmett
of
Emmett
how
Johnson on option routes out of the backfield with Dylan Raiola, who looked
yeah.
super confident and comfortable showing those throwing those short routes in that quick passing game, looked good. Both
Yeah.
of them look good out there doing that.
Yeah. Again, I think Nebraska's quick passing game was primarily RPO based, it felt like in 2024. I think we're going to see like a true short pass game in 2025. We're going to see slants, we're going to see all these different, like you're saying, HB angle routes, choice
Yeah,
routes. You're going to see a lot of kind of
yeah.
utilization of these guys and getting the ball into the Ja'Cory Barneys, into the
Hmm.
hands of Ja'Cory Barney and Emmett Johnson, Carter Nelson, et cetera, guys that can do some stuff with the ball in hand. Cortez Mills as well. I think he's going to end up being a factor in year one. Isaiah Mosey as well. So yeah, I think that'll about do it. Just kind of wanted to touch on Emmett and Dylan coming back. Steve, any last thoughts?
No, but I'm excited about who plays in the bowl game and what the offense is going to look like. Against Boston College on December 28th, the Pinstripe Bowl in New York City. Tim, have you ever been to New York City?
When I was a kid. When I was a kid.
Okay, I have not. So I am going up there and I will be covering the game live from Yankee Stadium. We'll see how that goes. Look, am I excited about going to New York City for the holidays? No, but this is a big opportunity for Nebraska. I'm excited to cover the football program because getting to a bowl game is huge for this program and its momentum going forward. So look, is New York City in December like all that attractive to me, just like a guy from the Midwest? No, but a bowl game and covering a bowl game for the first time in my career is attractive. So excited to do it.
For sure. And I would also say, again, maybe it's the kid in me that, had that really enjoyed New York in around Christmas time, and I still have those rose-tinted glasses on a bit, but there's something magical about New York City around
Oh
Christmas
yeah,
time, around the New
I
Year's.
get
So
that.
yeah, definitely enjoy it while you're out there. I'm not going to be able to join on the trip, but I would say definitely enjoy New York City while you're up there.
You sound like my wife, but yes, I will.
Well, that'll do it for us. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and keep it locked over at the Inside Nebraska YouTube page and at InsideNebraska.com for all the latest transfer updates, bowl updates, and so much more. It's a busy time of the year. We've got content loaded, rolling every single day, and updates as they come in as well. So keep it locked, keep it check in with us. So that'll do it for us, and we will see y'all next time.